Sometimes you don't realize you're invisible in your own family until someone outside it sees you first. My name is Maya Bennett. I'm 16 years old, and this is the story of the day at the airport when my dad told me I wasn't coming with them and the gate agent who changed everything. 2 years ago, my dad married Patricia. My mom died when I was 10, and for 4 years it was just dad and me. We were a team. But then Patricia came with her two kids, Justin and Emma, and suddenly I became the outsider in my own home. It wasn't dramatic. Just small things. Family movie nights where they'd pick what Justin wanted to watch. Dinners where Patricia would make Emma's favorite foods. Weekends where Dad would take Justin to baseball games while I stayed home. I told myself it was normal. They were building a new family and adjustments took time. But it had been 2 years, and I was still waiting to feel like I belonged. Last month, Dad announced we were taking a family trip to Disney World over spring break. I was excited. Maybe this would be the bonding experience we needed. Then yesterday, the day before the flight, Patricia pulled me aside. Maya, we need to talk about the trip. We realized we miscounted when booking. We only have 4 tickets, not 5. Someone needs to stay home. My stomach dropped. What? I'm so sorry, sweetie. But Justin and Emma have been looking forward to this for months, and your dad and I obviously need to go. Maybe you can stay with your aunt? But this is a family trip. I'm family. Patricia's smile was thin. Of course you are. But you're older, more mature. Justin and Emma are still young. This trip means more to them. You understand, right? I wanted to scream that I was 16, not 26. That I wanted to go to Disney World too. But I just nodded because that's what I always did. That night, I heard Dad and Patricia talking in their room. She took it well, Patricia said. I told you she'd understand. I still feel bad, Dad said. But his voice was weak, unconvincing. Greg, we can take her another time. Just the two of you. Wouldn't that be better anyway? Yeah, I guess you're right. And just like that, my father chose his new family over me. The next morning, I helped them pack the car with luggage. Justin talked excitedly about the rides he wanted to go on. Emma showed me her new Disney princess dress. And I smiled and pretended my heart wasn't breaking. We'll bring you back a souvenir, Dad said, barely meeting my eyes. Sure, have fun. They left for the airport at noon. I was supposed to stay home, but something in me broke. I couldn't just let this happen without at least trying to fight for myself. I grabbed my backpack. I'd packed it last week, before I knew I wasn't invited anymore. I called an Uber with the emergency credit card Dad had given me years ago, and I went to the airport. I found them at the gate Terminal B, Gate 23, flight to Orlando. They were sitting in the waiting area, Dad checking his phone, Patricia organizing snacks, Justin and Emma playing a game. I walked up to them, my heart pounding. Maya? Dad stood up, shocked. What are you doing here? I want to come. Please, Dad. I have my backpack. I saved money. I can pay you back for the ticket. Maya, we talked about this, Patricia interrupted, her voice sharp. There's no ticket for you. I can buy one, please. I just want to be with my family. Dad looked uncomfortable. People were starting to stare. Maya, you're making a scene, he said quietly. You're not coming with us. Go home. Dad, please. I said no. His voice was firm now. You're 16. You're old enough to stay home alone. We'll talk about this when we get back. Now go. I stood there, tears streaming down my face, in the middle of a crowded airport gate, being rejected by my own father. That's when the gate agent approached. She was maybe 50 with kind eyes and a name tag that read Angela. Excuse me, is everything all right here? It's fine, Patricia said quickly. Family matter. Angela looked at me, at my tear-stained face, at my backpack. Then at the family sitting comfortably with their boarding passes. Sir, I couldn't help but overhear. Did you just tell this young lady she's not coming on your family vacation? It's complicated, Dad said defensively. It sounds pretty simple to me. You're taking your wife and her children, but leaving your daughter behind. We only have 4 tickets. Then you buy a 5th ticket, Angela said, her voice calm but firm. Sir, I've worked at this airport for 23 years. I've seen a lot of families. And I've never seen a parent tell their child not coming on a family trip because there's not enough room. You make room. Patricia stood up. This is none of your business. Actually, it became my business when you had this conversation at my gate. Angela said. Now, I'm going to check something. She walked to her computer terminal, typed quickly, then looked up. We have 3 seats left on this flight. I can add a ticket for ... double quotes. She looked at me. What's your name, honey? Maya. I can add a ticket for Maya. It'll be an economy. Not with your group, but she be on the plane. We can't afford another ticket right now. Dad started. It's $347, Angela said. Can you afford that? Dad hesitated. I saw him calculating, and I knew he could afford it. He just didn't want to. Angela saw it too. Her expression hardened. Sir, I'm going to tell you something as a mother and as a human being. That girl came to this airport alone, with her backpack, begging to be included in your family. And you're going to tell her the problem is $300? Other passengers were watching now. An older woman nodded in agreement. A man with his own daughter whispered something to his wife. Dad's face turned red. Fine. Add the ticket. Greg, Patricia protested. I said fine. He pulled out his credit card and handed it to Angela. Add her to the flight. Angela processed the ticket quickly and handed me a boarding pass. Seat 32B, sweetheart. You board in Zone 3. Thank you, I whispered. She leaned in close. Honey, I don't know your whole story. But I do know this: you deserve a family that doesn't make you fight to be included. Don't forget that. The flight was awkward. I sat in the back of the plane while they sat together in the middle section. When we landed in Orlando, Dad barely spoke to me. Patricia was furious. Justin and Emma seemed confused by the tension. At the hotel, they'd only booked 1 room with 2 beds. Obviously not accounting for me. I'll sleep on the floor, I said quietly. But that night, Dad came to sit next to me while I was lying on the makeshift bed I'd made with spare blankets. I'm sorry, he said. Patricia's right, I should have handled this differently. I should have made sure there was a ticket for you from the beginning. Why didn't you? He was quiet for a long time. I've been trying so hard to make this blended family work. To make Patricia happy, to make sure Justin and Emma felt welcomed. And somewhere in all that, I forgot to make sure you felt the same way. I haven't felt like family in 2 years, Dad. He started crying. Actually crying. God, Maya, I'm so sorry. You're my daughter, my first baby. And I've let you become invisible in your own home. That woman at the airport saw it in 2 minutes when I've been blind to it for 2 years. The trip wasn't magical, but it was something, a start. Dad made sure I was included in everything. When Patricia tried to make plans that left me out, he shut it down. When Justin wanted something that I didn't, Dad asked for my opinion first. It wasn't perfect, but it was acknowledgement that I mattered. My name is Maya Bennett. I'm 16 years old. At the airport, my dad told me I wasn't coming with them on our family vacation. But a gate agent named Angela spoke up. She saw what my father had stopped seeing, that I was a kid who deserved to be included in her own family. Sometimes it takes a stranger's perspective to show people what they've been missing. Angela didn't know me, didn't know our history, didn't know the complicated dynamics of our blended family. But she knew one thing. A father who leaves his daughter behind isn't acting like a father. And she wasn't going to watch it happen at her gate without saying something. That $300-and-$40-7- dollar ticket changed more than my spring break. It changed the conversation in our family. It forced my dad to see that blending a family doesn't mean erasing the children you started with. I still have that boarding pass. Seat 32B. A reminder that sometimes you have to fight to be seen. And sometimes, if you're lucky, someone fights with you.